Alright peeps, welcome back to Planet Crafter. In the last episode we got our big nuclear reactors on the crack there. And I do need to quickly pick up my rover because it's big chilling on the rock. And without further ado, head into MiGly's abode, chuck a quick left onto a fancy interface and start decoding these 4 microchips we got. We've got a T2 torch, we've got a lamp, a big living room compartment, I like the sounds of that, and a shredder machine. Let's have ourselves a gander at this lot, shall we? Right, so the shredder is exactly as it sounds. I think we'll do that, doing the line a little bit. Now when I first saw the area lamp pop up, I was like, you know what? That's just going to be a doing the line thing when we're decorating my base. However, I reckon I've got a use for that. And I'm confident we'll get round to using the big living room compartment like. But for now, let me use me fancy little pinning tool. So I know I need to go into my little magnesium and cobalt chest, aka the overflow chest tower here. And now we can head back outside, onto a roof, onto the top of our rock here, and plop down an area lamp. Look at that bad lad. The beacon of hope. Because I do often find myself lost in sandy deserts and whatnot like, so I'm sure I'll be able to see that from years around. You know what, actually, can we see it from the top here? Ah, no, we're not quite zoomed in enough. Maybe if I zoom in and post, you'll be able to see it on the top of the rock. But anywho, the first thing we got was this T2 torch, so we best get that on the crack. And look how bright me torch is now. It's bloody whooshing. Well, the big thing we need to do this episode is speed up our terraformation. Look at how slow these numbers are going up. They're barely bloody moving. And one of the most efficient ways of raising your terraformation index is by smacking a big rocket down, launching it, and quickly diving on top before it gets up in a boot. Hello, rocket. Me and Neil are going on a big adventure this time, pal. Proper hoodless. Oh, here's my first iridium rocket coming down. So if the game's the same as it was the last time I played, we should have now iridium meteorites and uranium meteorites just popping down out of the sky in random. Should be a bloody good time here. But while we're up here, let's do a high sky pie in the dance. Look at this gun. The meteorites are bloody balloons. I'm having a cracking time over here, and I can see where the meteorite landed in the water this time. Anyway, let's get out of this. Do a long descent back down. Oh, my rover's in my inventory. That means I can actually head over towards these meteorites here and then plop my rover out my gamer pocket. Alright, now having a look at our map here. We got 2 impacts there, 1 impact in front of the crashed ship, and bloody 3 impacts down at the water here. And that looks like everything, aye. Well, let's check all of those, and I'll get back to you with my haul once I top up my oxygen. And when you look at our iridium haul now, we can go ahead and make a whole iridium rod just so we can fit it all in the bloody chest. No other reason. Ooh, algae generator, let's go. But not before. We'll dive into here. Oh, and experience some serious lag. But now, we're going to unfortunately have to retire ye old hotbox because we are plopping down some outdoor heaters. No, these are indoor heaters? Hell yeah! Oh, is it an indoor thing? Is it just not enough room here? Can I build this elsewhere in my base? Oh, I can. It's definitely an indoor thing. That is actually brilliant. We're not scrapping ye old hotbox. We're bloody upgrading it. Now, it does mean temporarily deconstructing our area lamp here, because I kind of think of a better place to plop the new and upgraded. Oh, it needs to be centered. Ooh, T2 nuclear reactor! Just after we plop the T1s in and all. Well, now we got a nice centered hotbox. Let's get in and slap down 7 T3 heaters. May I present to you ye new hotbox. It's a proper warm number in here. Like I say, if you're dead and cold from the storm, you just dive in here and warm your tootsies right up. Now, I was experimenting where I wanted to pop the door, but it's definitely going here because look how perfectly it lines up down there. Now, I'm unsure if I can get a stair on here. I think it interferes with the rocks down there, but you know what? We just had to have to sort that out. After we sort out the rest of these slowly rising numbers, look at the heat. It's actually moving at an almost noticeable rate, unlike the rest. So why didn't we focus on oxygen and biomass next? Particularly because we just happened to unlock the algae generator. The only thing is, we're going to have to suss out how to make a bioplastic nugget, aren't we? It's a good thing we've got a bio lab doing here. Why would we get this bioplastic nugget on the crack? Some shrooms, silicon and water. I just so happen to have plenty of those. Some overflow shrooms, some overflow water. Now let's make ourselves some bioplastic nuggets. I'm just up here in the veg and vista, filling out all the little grow belts that I can. We should all have a minimum of 3, and I might start taking them up to 6. But we'll wait for new. We'll have a little see how our resources gone. You know what? While we're waiting for another mushroom to grow, why didn't we pop another ladder on here? Oh, can you not stack them? Oh, that's sad news. I really wanted to stack the ladders. I suppose we could pop it here. That might not be the end of the world. The reactor poking through. So when you get up here, you're presented with a reactor, and you just need to hop on top of the reactor, and then you'll be able to hop on top of the stairs and warm up in your new hotbox here. I like that. That's a mad little spot. Now, something else we also need to do is deconstruct the old hotbox. Be gone. Look at that big floating space in the sky there. Now, can we pop some more stairs on? Let me pop it on. Oh, come on, game. Oh, it let us do it. I just clicked it while it was green. Oh, I got my staircase up to ye new hotbox now. That is mean. Look, it's flying around and you get out. It's bloody warm in there, like. Although it does have us thinking, can we go into the water collector? We can. Look at us being collected. You know, something else I fancy doing is having a quick speedy up mission up to this little drill up here. I made the same mistake last time, didn't I, when I tried to go on the rocks and it just won't happen. Well, this will be a proper test of how smooth we can make a speedy up bit with that terrible off there. But let's get up to this bloody extractor and see if it's mined us some osmium or not. And the answer, of course, is not. Therefore, get bloody deconstructed. Yees and all, I didn't want yous in here. Although I do want your resources. Quick, put it in the rover. Oh, what's this? Oh, these are the messages that we found in Jeremy's little base last episode. So this is how I can easily compare year 3047 to year 3058. A nice tidy 11 years between year me and I. But surely that means these are ready to harvest now they are. Let's go. It's bloody finally time to see the next step. I've just been tidying up all the bloody warehouses and that, downstairs, getting everything a little bit more organised while these were growing. Let's create our last bit of bioplastic nugget. Dive into our unnamed chest. Take all the resources out of there. Hop in our rover here. Oh, and yeah, drive straight into a rock as we do. But go now to the left, where we've got our new sea forming here. And plonk down a handful of bloody algae generators. Damn! Alright, it's not that big. I was going to say the range on these things is huge. But since the water level's going to rise, I'm going to pop this right on the edge there. And then just plonk the rest of these all the way around, generating a canny bit of algae. And running out of power. So we've got 7 of those bad lads knocking about, and these do 190 oxygens, right? 1.2 on the plants, that's mint. Now I can't put anything inside of this to get a multiplier, so let's have a quick check of our veg tubes. Oh, and check this out. If I park here and then get out, I'm instantly breathing. I initially plopped it there just so I could pick it up whenever I went out, but then I realised I can just instantly breathe when I get out. But anywho, what are we doing in here? See, that's a 400% multiplier, and it's only up to 78 there. 58, 58, 78. It's much better putting your resources into those now, those algae generators. And the aluminium that we get back from the veg tubes could come in handy. I mean, you can chill for now. I will exchange these nullnas for tuskers. Get a bit of bonus efficiency, you know. And then I'll look at these bloody nuclear generators doing absolutely nought. It's a good thing we unlocked the T2 nuclear reactor, though. All of that is 3 uranium rods. What's that? 331. Alright, so I'm dismantling these 3 and creating one of these, definitely. And I'm pretty sure I've actually got explosives powder, you know. Should be in with the fertilizer. This is where you make it, isn't it? Sorry, I've got the sulfur and iridium. Let's just bloody make it. 1 explosives powder. And then if we head on up into the windstorm here, we can deconstruct 1 nuclear reactor. 2 nuclear reactor, a 3 nuclear reactor, and replace it with 1 T2 nuclear reactor. Now I am pretty happy with that, and so's all of our equipment that needs power. Oh, we just unlocked the T2 algae generator, you what? I've just put 7 of the feckers, dude. Oh, what does this need? Costs 525 oxygen. We need fertilizer, more bioplastic nugs. Right, looks like we're upgrading algae generators, doesn't it? Now we find out, has the algae generators generated any algae yet? Not yet. There's no for us to harvest. That's alright, not the end of the world. That just means we won't be able to make the full 5 T2 algae generators I wanted to make. But not to worry, we'll be able to make 4 of them. Flower spreader! Alright, back to the base. Hey, we've got 3 out of the 4 algae generators on there. That's good enough for me. Oh, we can make a flower spreader bloody immediately. We've already got it in our inventory. Let's head straight outside. And of course, we're going to do it right out the front door here. We'll plonk it here next to this little grass spreader. Now I assume I can pop a flower in there and it's going to be a tusker because they're the 400% multipliers. Open me green chest. Remember, this isn't where I keep the tuskers for some reason. I keep them in this unnamed chest. Nope, this unnamed chest. Nope, the fancy sheet chest. There's me tusker. I need to sort out the flower pots. Like, I've got so many of them. Look at that, 966 oxygen. It'll be flying up. Let's have a deeks. Well, I wouldn't use the term flying for the oxygen, but the biomass is certainly flying up. Now let me quickly check my blueprint screen, make sure I'm not on the verge of unlocking the next thing. Right, I'm not. So in that case, let me check backwards when we come sort the pressure route. And the way we're going to do that is by having, well, no power of course, but a big row of drills gone in a big line here. Now if you tell me that's not going to build heaps of pressure, I'll tell you you're bloody lying, pal. Especially this point here. All the pressure right here. We just need to casually munch an emotional support squash or two and see about coming up with 3 uranium rods. Don't know about that, like. I can definitely come up with 1 more uranium rod. So if naught else, we can get our power restored with a tier 1 nuclear reactor. Now look at all the pressure being built right here. I'll probably have to have the sound on minus 20 decibels so you're not getting absolutely blasted by the pressure in your eardrums. But yeah, no, it is fairly loud there. Like, how we're dealing on our power? 34 kilowatts available. It's not a massive amount, that like. But our pressure number is actually going up. It'll go to 2.69 while I'm talking here. Thankfully it did. So even with the love we're showing, it's not quite enough to get all the numbers flying up. Right, I'm grabbing another emotional support squash because it's about time that we head out to this crash ship out here. Now this is a bloody beast of a crash ship. I didn't even know where you're supposed to get in. Let's have a bit of a drive run, see if we can maybe... Oh yeah, we're gone. Straight in here. And this is where we're going to plonk down with a little base that I forgot to bloody deconstruct when I hopped in and drove past. So let's collect ourselves 3 iron, 2 titanium and a silicon. See about creating ourselves a little emergency base. Of course it's not letting us build it in here. Why would it? I'm going to have to scoop my way all the way to here before I can get some bloody oxygen. And it's an angle. Fun times ahead, methinks. And to make the inevitable loading job easier, I'm bogging me rover. Right, let's get a fresh tank of oxygen, turn my torch on, and fly up in here. I'm going to take a left, go down here, deconstruct all I can deconstruct. And for the most part, I'm just looking for these bad lads. Gimme me microchips. Tell, it would have been handy to come here earlier, like, with all of these bloody seeds knocking about. There was a point in time where I was flapping trying to find some seeds. What? Rocket engine? Damn! Alright, nah, I definitely should have came here sooner then. And I'm honestly not sure why I'm picking up all these seeds. We'll just see how I hold it, leave it at that. Spacesuit locker? Oh, I got some spare grey suits. And that does bring me on to the fact I've been carrying around this spacesuit this whole episode. We need to bloody put it on. I've been carrying it about so I don't forget to see if it's any different than the one I'm currently wearing. Nah, looks to be the same. Oh, no, it is different. Doesn't have Sentinel Corporate on it. Aye. I'm tempted to stick with me unbranded equipment like. But the Compto spacesuits, they're all black and mint. Yeah, we're just going to have to look out and see if there's any more bases knocking about, any more Yermies, and we can twock their old black suits without the branding on it. Ooh, we've got a fancy purple room. Oh, I reckon if this is what the quartz stuff goes to. Well, it's the same colour anyway, so yeah, I wonder if this is what the quartz does. Anyway, I'm over here just picking up seeds, looking for tiny little blue chests, you know, doing what I do best. Like finding, oh, I've got the oxygen! I was going to say find new secret walls, but I've got the oxygen. I need to get out of here before I start dying and lose all of me little microchips. Ooh, right, I'm back, and I'll check backwards where that little wall was that I was about to deconstruct. Alright, we're back in the reactor room. Let's deconstruct this debris. What do we have back here? Oh, some fancy blue chests. And that's it. Just 3 blue bloody chests. Oh, it's a power on. Hey, power's on. Oh, no. No, it's not. Power isn't on. Lighting glitch. Let's go. Hey, well, yeah, nah. Looks like we're heading back out of here. I deconstructed some debris that was behind these doors, but I imagine they're not going to open until I turn that power on there. But as for the rest of this place, I'm pretty sure I've looted it all. Aye, and not all of these walls are fake. Just that one at the bloody tippity top. Oh, I can't here deconstruct the technical debris. That's alright, I was primarily here for a couple of microchips anyway, and that's exactly what I got. Even though I didn't stop to replenish my oxygen before getting in the rover, MiGly mate, why you do these things? To yourself, of all people. Well, now we're back with a lovely Tusker field. You know what? I'm going to pop another one of those down because they do heaps for the plants. The only thing is, we need to make some fertilizer. And we don't know if we've got algae yet. We'll have to fly out and find out. Oh, now I'd say by the looks of this, we've got some algae on the crack, like. Let's dive under the water. Eh? Where's the algae? Is this the algae? Oh, it's just... it's just sort of chilling, floating in mid-water. Why not? I'm pretty sure this used to come down from the top. I wonder if I've got a little bit of a glitch going on, or if I've just placed them in a dodgy area. Either way, I'm starting to remember we're going to need a lot more bloody storage. Ooh, just unlocked a plant rocket. We might have to get that on the crack, like. Why the bloody hell, wouldn't it? Like I said, not before getting ourselves a bit of fertilizer. Popping a little flower spreader doing at the... Nice. Back at the base, I was gonna say, but we need to get some more power on the crack. Well, you know what? If I'm not mistaken, I seem to recall saying a lot of solar panels knocking about around the back here. And I was right, but can I deconstruct them? I can. Happy bloody days. Right, now let's get all of these T2 deconstruction panels and any of these little bit of blueprint chests picked up. I should have explored over here earlier, shouldn't I? Well, that seems to be the theme of this bloody episode, doesn't it? I should have explored here earlier. Well, all I can really say is, fingers crossed, that these are enough solar panels to get the bloody power back up and running. Well, it was just the one. Because I was pressing the wrong button. But I'll build a couple more, you know. I dismantled 3, I'll build 3. Now, this hectic sandstorm, is there lights over there? There's definitely lights over there. There's lights on in the cockpit, alright. But as I was going to say, we should definitely pop our little light stick back on here. So we're now where we can come back to. And remember we need to check out the cockpit in there, because it seems like there's still bloody power. And I was about to say, for now, I want to build a plant rocket. However, where's me tree bark? I've got no tree bark. But I have just unlocked the T2 biodome though. And that's how we get tree bark. Oh, well then. Right click, there we go. 2 fertilizer, 2 bacterias, and the rest of it. 2 fertilizers, 2 bacteria samples, a bit of sulfur, and a super alloy. And now we need to head on the roof and decide where we're gonna plop this bad lad. Do we replace the initial biodome or do we extend it? Maybe shifting the garage a bit. Or alternatively, bear with us here, we pop this little pop this little laddie on, which I probably can't put on because of the bloody recycler being in the way. Deconstruct the recycling machine. Then we pop the living compartment on. That way we can pop the T2 biodome off this side there. Happy bloody days. Well, apart from the power, of course. But we're used to not having power at this point. Yeah, let me just grab a bit of silicon because we definitely want to pop a door on the front of this. Just for nice, quick, easy access. Oh, damn. Now, this is brilliant, like. I love the little trees in here. And I suppose this is where we get our bark from. It is. Now, before we end up forgetting and never doing it, let's pluck back down our little recycler here. There we go, and we can recycle next to the biodome. Nice and nicely like that. But now that I've added this block in, I need to go through deconstructing all the things. Because now, I need to put the sides back on. And I'm not 100% sure about the overhang here. I'd love to do something with it. What I could do that might help is a little bit of a glass floor. Yeah, that might help a little bit. Especially if you complement it with a glass wall. And why the hell not? Get the bloody glass ceiling on and all. Proper glass frontage here. I know, how does that look from the outside? Not too bad. Aye, it's growing on us a wee bit. So let's have round 2 of can we pop the power back on, which we can. Look at all of our beautiful solar panels. Now we're definitely going to have to get some more uranium on the crack, like get some big T2 nuclear reactors going. Tell you what though, I am bloody happy with the progress we've made this episode. These numbers are actually moving. We're almost at 50 middies, getting very close to having some lakes, and we have 4 microchips to decode at the beginning of the next episode. But until then, we've got a plant rocket we need to set off into space. Once again, by jumping on the top of it and getting a mad little view. Look at our beautiful world here at night. Absolutely stunning, innit? You know what, let me get really high up and then press number 3. That way we can start dancing in the sky. But before the rocket despawns, I want to come out of this, so we'll jump back on and we keep going up. I love Planet Crafter, me. It's an absolute blast, in it. Look at all of this world we're yet to explore. Absolute beaut. And by the time we hit the ground, we're very likely going to have some big old lakes and some T2 flower planters on the crack. But until then, have yourselves a lovely time. A toodaloo!